Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our first live Facebook video. My name is Albert Latwell, and I am the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Park Danforth. I've been in senior living for over 30 years, so I have a bit of a knowledge of a few different areas that I'd like to share with you over a series of videos that we'll be conducting over the coming months. I thought a good place to start was our topic today is Senior Living 101. So I'm just going to give a brief overview of different options for seniors, different living options. Um, I will cover over 55 communities, independent living communities, assisted living communities, nursing homes or skilled care and rehabilitation, as well as what we call a CCRC and life care. A good place to start would be the over 55 community. Now, this is a community where there are limited services provided, but you are renting an apartment and you can bring in services as you like. And the benefit is that you are living in a community with people, all other people over 55. And but that's very limited as far as services provided by the community. There may be a clubhouse, some social events, but really everyone's kind of on their own, living independently with limited services. Next, I'll move on to independent living. Independent living is the next step up from 55 over 55 community. Uh, the there are some services offered. There are amenities offered. Certain amount of meals will be offered in an independent living option. Social programs. It's really a non-medical option still. You are still living independently. There will be a 24-hour call e-staff situation in likely pull cords in certain areas of your apartment. But other than that, really, you're coming and going as you please. You're setting up your own medical appointments. You're but there are services available and activities available and amenities. But still, we're talking about a residential setting. We're still not, an independent living community is not generally a medical model. Um, Here at the Park Danforth, we have amenities such as a theater, an auditorium. We have different dining venues, a main dining room, in addition to a bistro, which is more like lighter fare, such as a deli. And those are your options for your meals. But we also have full-size, fully appliance kitchens, so you're independent and willing and interested in making your own meals, you are welcome to do that. We also have a life enrichment program that offers social events, trips out in our van, and our van provides trips to grocery stores, some social events, and that kind of is our independent living program. Now, I'd like to pause for a moment and just say that each of the different kinds of communities that I covered today will vary from community to community. I'm just really scratching the surface in each um, type of senior living option, but it will give you a kind of a basic overview. But if you find that you're looking for a senior living option, you can get the particulars of that community, obviously, by talking to them. Next, I'll go to assisted living. Now, here we're getting a little bit closer to some medical support, but this is still a residential model, though it varies from assisted living community to assisted living community. There are staff that will support hygiene, medical administration, receiving 3 meals a day, housekeeping, laundry. There's involvement of a nurse on staff to some extent. Uh, there is a, a social program still to keep people engaged and stimulated, but we're not completely independent. We do, people in assisted living do rely on some supports within a range from person to person. Um, there, at our Clark's Terrace, which is our assisted living at the Park Danforth, we have 36 studio apartments that are all assisted living with private baths, kitchenettes, but not cook stoves, a refrigerator, sink, cabinets, and microwave. But everybody eats in one of three different dining venues. There is a dining area on Clark's Terrace where most people tend to eat, but you have the option to go to our main dining room or to our bistro for meals as well. Our assisted living program comes with 3 meals a day, snacks, housekeeping services, laundry services, and the support for daily living, such as help with dressing, bathing, grooming, and so forth. Next, I'll speak to nursing homes, or they can be known also as skilled care centers. Uh, this is definitely moving into the medical realm. There are nurses on staff, 24-hour nursing care. There is a medical director, a physician who serves as the medical director. So we're talking about people in this setting require medical attention, round-the-clock supervision, could have chronic conditions that need to be addressed medically. Um, each of these steps that I'm talking of, from assisted living to a nursing home, um, the cost will vary because of the addition of services. For instance, nursing home will be more expensive on a daily basis than assisted living. And assisted living tends to be more expensive than independent. And that's just because of the um, introduction of more services. Now, a portion of a nursing home, kind of connected with a dotted line, would be a rehab center. Now, rehab centers are short term, whereas a nursing home is a more of a long term situation. People go to a rehab center because they either have had surgery and need to recover, or they need some strengthening through physical therapy, cardiac therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, but it's a short-term stay and it's generally covered by Medicare. And then once they have gotten to a baseline or as strong as they can, then they will return to their original situation, whether that be a private home or assisted living or nursing home. Now, a CCRC is a continuing care residential community, and it kind of encompasses everything I've talked about so far. It's one campus with a continuum of care. So you may start out in independent, but as you decline, you may need an assisted living option, and you can move into assisted living and, if needed, onto nursing. But it will all be on one campus and will include also a rehab component. And the thing that's nice about this is getting involved with a CCRC. You're not moving into different communities. You're moving from location to location within the same community. Um, and it offers everything from independent living to assisted living, nursing home situation, and rehab. So that's basically what I wanted to share today. Once again, it's just an overview. I'm just scratching the surface. If there's a topic that you'd like me to cover in the future, please, you can send a suggestion through our Facebook page. the Park Danforth on Facebook. Also, I urge you to visit our website, parkdanforth.com, and look at our decision guide. It's featured on our homepage and will provide more information similar to what I offered today. We also have, if you're interested in more uh, information about the Park Danforth specifically, there are a frequently asked questions page also featured on our website. And I urge you to visit that website, um, parkdanforth.com, if you're interested in more information. Um, Now, I realize this is a lot of to process today, but details will vary from option to option. Um, and I did not really cover that a different kind of independent is subsidized housing, which we do feature here at the Park Danforth, and that's through a government subsidized based on um, your income, and if you qualify, you pay a certain portion of your income um, on a monthly basis for the apartment. Um, that's something we can cover if there's interest in another presentation in the future. Um, so keep your eyes peeled. Please follow our Facebook page. I have a question here. Memory care. Yes, memory care actually uh, can, there are different kinds of memory care. Assisted living memory care is for generally, I would say, for people in the beginning to middle stages of dementia and needing memory support, but it's more of a residential. Um, People have apartments and they have the extra support needed for people experiencing memory issues. There are also memory care units connected to nursing homes where for those that have not only have dementia but have uh, additional conditions that need medical support. That was a great question. Thank you for that. So I was saying, keep your eyes peeled. Please follow our Facebook page if you don't already, because we will be announcing similar Facebook Live presentations up and coming. Our next one is scheduled for Wednesday, July 22nd, also at 10 o'clock, and the topic will be COVID-19, a reason to consider senior living now. So I've enjoyed this. Thank you for joining us, and I'll talk to you soon.